But I think you touch on a very important point, though. That I think I am way on the spectrum of your father. I am an unapologetic extrovert, but I see and I've partnered with and invested in also founders that are more on the engineering side, and they're more introverts, which like you've mentioned, it is your case. So I think this is important because many times uh, people that have your profile, sometimes they feel like they have to either have a co-founder that's more extrovert, or they really struggle and all they want to do is build their art, build their thing, and be left by themselves and so forth. So and I think you've crossed that barrier. So what were some of the things that you did in order to actually transition into becoming, I guess, a full stack founder? Because that ability, if you want to be a CEO, you have to have. You don't have to. It doesn't necessarily have to come naturally, but you train yourself to it, and you go out in the arena. But so how did you do it, and what are some of the learning lessons that you can share there?
As a team, uh, my problems were different, right? As a teen, I was like, being an introvert is a problem for me to pick up chicks, right? That was my number one problem when I was 15 or 16, right? And like, all right, I need to work on this because
It seems like the correct priority. Yeah, if you are thinking about CAC LTV ratio or analyzing cohorts when you're 16, maybe there's a problem.
then you're wasting an important part of your development. And then I started reading about that. That was the first thing I learned about behavior, human behavior, and social dynamic, that kind of stuff, which I love reading about. And it worked a lot, and it helped me become more uh, sure of myself because I had this paths I could take, like for different situations. Like, all right, what if she rejects me? What I'm gonna do? What if she likes me but gives an excuse? There was all these what ifs that would kind of like in a sales process. Like there was objections, right? There's all these things that could go wrong. There are not a lot of them, and I knew what I was gonna do in each of them. So I was all right. There's no way I'm gonna not know what I'm gonna do, which is the real concern. It's not what happens; it's how you deal with it, right? I would know how to deal with each of them, and that worked, and that made me more confident with myself. And it was hard being a teen before this because I was very skinny. I had like the braces and glasses, and my hair was cut like a bowl. It was all the terrible things you can be as a teenager, like having all your parts normal. That was all the things you don't want to be. I had them all, right? And so I had to come across, right? I need to be different somehow. I'm gonna be uh, different in my head. At least I'm gonna be confident despite all this. Then I started working with myself. I started like, working out and like, learning how to be more attractive. I know this all is silly for when you're a grown up, but like when is your baseline and you're making yourself into a person when you're a teen, right? It was very important at that early on to build this confidence in myself, which led me to study more psychology, human behavior, uh, shopping behavior, economy, that kind of stuff, which made me more a people person without necessarily being an extrovert. I wanted to understand how people work. And learning how people work would help me in many ways as an entrepreneur because it would help me build products better and like what products work better for people and what do they expect from these products, and it will help me hire better and train these people better and make people want to be there because like they believe in something that's going on there. And I hired right way more than I hired wrong. And my meetings, infamously, for those who've been there, know that my hiring and firing meetings last about 5 minutes. Uh, so that's as much, especially when we were growing from 20 to 120 people. I had to hire 100 people. It was 5 minutes meetings at the most. Unless I liked you very much, then it was maybe 15 minutes, just for the entertaining value because I already had made my mind.
That's great.